Probably
it time
not. No.
to actually go into picks and bans? It
What?
is.
What?
It is.
How did this happen?
OMG.
This is so exciting. Okay.
Wow, I can't believe it. So, Thrall, the first ban, actually.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay, so taking out Thrall, I imagine. That's kind of interesting. He's kind of like a counterplay to KT, to Kael'thas. So,
okay,
and just like, you know, soft ranged assassins is what he's generally good against. So maybe they're looking at removing him for that reason.
Yeah, picking up a KT or maybe a Jaina or something like that.
Yeah, it could be. Let's see what TNL bans here now. Okay, Tyrande, as we've been talking about so much, almost always a second band out here.
No shock there. So now it's over to Team RAVE to make their first pick of the match. And they're going to go with Muradin, which is not a big surprise, really.
No, this is super common out here to grab him. He is probably far and away the best overall tanking warrior. He just doesn't die, does lots of damage, has stuns, has slows. There's nothing bad about Muradin. He's a fantastic hero.
Yeah, and so now it's 2 picks over to TNL then.
That's right.
Yep. And so what do you pick here? Do you go for that ranged assassin like you talked about?
I think for sure Zagara is going to be picked up immediately here. I think that like 100% that should be one of their picks. And then they can choose, like, for instance, do they want to grab Uther right now?
True.
A lot of times he's already banned at this stage.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ranged assassins to choose from right now, so do they need to pick one up? I don't think so, but Zagara is one of TNL's favorite heroes. So I really expect that, and Uther is definitely a possibility.
Just to remind you guys again, we are going to be playing on Sky Temple. That's our first map, and that's an Uther pick. He was left open, and so TNL is going to pick him up.
Now, Uther combos really well with what is perceived out here as the second best tank, ETC. So that could be a pickup, but I really think it's going to be Zagara, and I think that it's very likely that RAVE will end up banning ETC in the next ban phase if they do pick up Zagara here.
Right, makes sense. You don't want... you don't have a mosh pit with an invincible ETC. That's no fun.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. That's no fun for the enemy team.
Okay.
And they will go with the Zagara, yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm not surprised here. This is all kind of worked out. The Thrall thing is the only thing that was a little bit different, but let's see what RAVE wants to pick here, because I think this is going to outline why they banned Thrall with these 2 picks.
You know, I thought that was like face paint on Thrall for a second, but now I realize it's just an X. It kind of looked like orc face paint. You know?
Oh, man.
A little bit.
You and I should show up with some red X's over our face.
When we come back from the next 20-minute break, we'll do that. Yeah.
We were banned, guys.
2 more picks over to RAVE Hots now.
Yeah, do they end up picking... Well,
now, do you think maybe RAVE Hots has some sort of ranged assassin plan, and they just didn't want Thrall to be picked as a response to their earlier picks?
Like, Thrall is just really good at killing Kael'thas, and Kael'thas is really strong right now. He's definitely like one of the big heroes that Blizzard is looking at possibly nerfing.
He's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay, so
all
right.
Karazim and Vala will be picked up.
All right, well, Karazim, absolutely fantastic healer. They might just not have wanted to have him banned. He's definitely one of the top played healers out here right now.
Yeah. I mean, Vala is a nice hero to have on Sky Temple. When you jump in there with Strafe, when they're trying to hold one of the temples, or when you're trying to take out some of the NPCs guarding the temples if you want to do it fast, she's certainly got a lot of utility.
Yeah, and now they have a tank, a healer, and a ranged assassin here. So TNL, you know, the second ban, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult for them. Whereas with RAVE Hots, as I was talking about before, I think it'll be ETC as the ban, since they don't have a tank yet over there anyways.
And they're going to ban out Tyrael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyrael is still considered one of the absolute best heroes out here. And, yeah, I mean, that's always something you don't want on your opponent's team.
And ETC, like you were thinking, was the next ban for RAVE Hots. Yep, not wanting to give them that ETC Uther combo. And so another pick over to TNL.
All right, so where do they go with this? They're going to need another damage dealer, I would say, for sure, and then probably a couple of warriors, some frontliner tanks.
Probably. Who works well on Sky Temple? Do you go with maybe a Sonya or something? Because Whirlwind is nice when you're in those big kind of open area team fights and everyone's trying to pile on.
That's a great call, though, and that is exactly, they have to agree with you there. I mean, Sonya, fantastic dueler, can absolutely take a lane by herself, no problem.
There's the Kael'thas, like we were guessing.
All right, well, that is a hell of a lot of damage over there for
No
TNL. Their draft is turning out fantastically. Not to say that RAVE Hots has a bad draft so far. Those are 3 solid heroes.
True.
What do they finish off with, though?
And we'll find out soon, I suppose. But, man, they might have to deal with the prospect of an invincible Vala in the middle of their team if they're not careful.
Let's see. They definitely need another damage over here for RAVE Hots.
Yeah.
Another dedicated damager. Possibly a tank or a melee assassin. Go with that, like a Zeratul, but I'm not sure.
You can't pick up maybe the Jaina to just for some harass when the other team's trying to hold a temple. Oh, Lunara.
Oh, that is so cool.
Okay, Lunara, Diablo are the last 2 picks.
Okay, the Diablo pick, nothing weird about that. Lunara, she recently got buffed just a few days ago, and definitely does a lot more damage now. So, very interested to see her used here. Very much, she's an auto-attacking damage. So, plays quite differently, and this is probably why Thrall is gone as well, because Thrall would kill her pretty dead.
That makes sense. And she's one of the heroes that's come out since the last season here in Korea, too.
That's right, yeah.
She's
brand new.
Yeah, first Lunara in Korea.
And for this final hero over here, wouldn't be surprised if they do grab some sort of range. Possibly like a Rainer or something, or Falstad.
Okay.
But let's... Oh, wait, no. I don't know, actually. Because, I mean, they... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They need a dedicated tank. I was looking at this wrong. Yeah, they definitely need some sort of dedicated tank here. And a Stitches. Wow.
All right.
This is getting pretty cool already, I have to say.
Sweet.
Yeah, I like this draft right here.
Well,
oh my god.
We're going to have some exciting stuff going on because whenever the Stitch hooks come in, man, it gets pretty thrilling.
Yeah, Stitches is such a fun hero. Of course, he got buffed, how long ago was it now? Maybe a month and a half, 2 months, and you know, definitely is a stronger hero than he was before that. Haven't seen him played a whole lot. But I'm excited to see who's going to play him and if they're going to land those hooks.
Yeah, well, that's the key, right? If they can, it'll be pretty good. Seems like it's time to move into game number 1, guys. Our reigning champions, TNL, taking on RAVE Hots. Game number 1 of the Heroes of the Storm Super League. Let's get in the game. All right, welcome to the Nexus as we move in for our very first game of the brand new season here on OGN of the Heroes of the Storm Super League. Tonight with Doa and Artosis, usually with Wolf and Artosis.
Yes, yes indeed.
Going forward, yeah. Just filling in.
You can see it. Thank you so much for filling in. Guys, I did lose my voice yesterday after that Brood War final, so.
My pleasure.
Without Doa here, I would be quite lost, as you might be able to hear in my voice. I'm not sure, but yeah.
You sound fine, dude.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So it looks like Stitches has taken this globe talent. That's the most common. Every time he picks up a globe, his maximum health increases. Stitches is, when he takes this, by far the highest health pool in the game. So
nice.
Definitely something to take into consideration. We'll see if they counter that somehow. But look at this, already running up immediately on this tower.
Yeah, big chunk of damage, about half the health, more than half the health of that first turret. First tower done. And RAVE, already something to think about. That's a really interesting move, actually, to run up and immediately just take a huge chunk out of that without taking too much damage on their side, too.
We've seen that more and more with any composition that has a Zagara or a Sylvanas. They both can just eat up those tower shots so easily, either with like roaches and Hydra and whatnot, or Sylvanas just locking it down. So a nice little move there, put on some free damage. And now it looks like everyone's just kind of settling into their lanes with Zagara up top, but Sonya sent down bottom against Lunara.
Yeah, makes sense. That Lunara can be pretty dangerous for that Kael'thas, I'd imagine. He is, unless he hits with the gravity labs.
She does a lot of damage, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, actually.
She can chase you like crazy, too.
Yeah, and now look at this. RAVE is actually doing a nice little push up there at the top. Diablo doing a lot of damage there. In the meantime, we do have Sonya and Lunara kind of duking it out a little bit.
Yep. So, Noblesse moving up to the mid lane now. And do you ever see teams kind of trading towers here as we see the first temple become active?
You definitely can see people trading towers here. It's
Jocker, a little bit caught.
Yeah.
Going for a bit of vision, but taking a lot of damage in return.
He's Muradin, so he'll never die.
I suppose. Well, speaking of never dying, Diablo up at the top temple. Hamlin trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, Rave moves in onto the center temple, and it doesn't look like there's a lot of resistance from TNL right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going back to soak. Sonya's already sent down bottom. In fact, Lunara following right behind her. So I think they both kind of figured out pretty quickly, okay, nothing's really going to happen here. You know, if you try to dive on your opponent's temple and it doesn't work, you're way behind.
So I wonder if the amount of damage you can do in that early little push on the towers that we saw at the very beginning of the game is enough that when you take your first temple, it'll finish those structures off.
That's a really good point. You know, maybe that got something extra, like got the turret at that top.
Yeah, I bet it's something to do with that.
Yeah, it definitely could be something like that. It's a really good call there, Doa. Have you played or cast MOBAs before?
I have, once in a while.
Oh, okay.
A little bit here and there.
Like, how are you so smart?
Mostly known for my Dota 2 cast, you know.
Your Doa 2 gas, more like.
Gank coming in.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, Animex in so much trouble. Lunara tries to dance
God.
back through the gate, but that is going to be the first kill of the game.
Jaehyun on Uther there with the sickest body blocks following his stun.
Yeah.
Really, really well played by TNL here.
Justice was brought to the bottom lane.
It certainly was. But looking at this game right now, it's really quite even. These two are in a dead heat as far as experience goes.
Yeah, I mean, the early kill just served to catch TNL up more than anything. Seemed like Ray was able to soak a little bit more XP in the early minutes of the game. Now, they've got the siege camp.
Yeah, the Siege Giant's going to go ahead and move forward here. Zagar will be able to deal with it. Their own Siege Giant's coming down for that little bit of a flank, but with 3 RAVE members, no problem.
Yeah. When Siege versus Siege, neither Siege wins, actually. Nobody wins.
When you embark on a quest of siege, first dig 2 graves.
Wow, those are wise and scary words. Rave takes a tower down in bot lane. Looks like they're going to work on the other one, too. It is 3v1, and Sniper, he's going to have a lot more damage on than Zagara later. Infesta drop helping to kind of chase him away now as more members of TNL show up.
Yeah, they do rotate down there, but maybe a little bit slow. I think that Rave is putting on a great game so far here.
Yeah, it really isn't kind of what we were expecting, right? Ancient Spear doesn't connect with Jocker, it looks like.
Now, look at this. This is kind of interesting. Okay, they do rotate Lunara up top because the reason they lost those towers was a bunch of their members were over getting their Bruiser camp. So the Bruiser is pushing during this tower, which kind of makes heroes from Rave go up to clear that so they don't lose their fort up there.
Yeah.
A nice move in that regard.
It's temple time. Bottom one is active, and TNL trying to zone Rave out. So far it's working. Jocker tries to come into her side. Gets hit with that gravity lapse, rather. Ancient Spear brings Sonya in, and the Stitch Hook doesn't quite connect. Yeah. SC zoning as much as he can, and they've got a lot out of this temple already.
Yeah, they're doing quite a good job taking these shots. They've got almost half of them so far here, but Rave has 5 strong. They're coming down. They rotate Sonya in on this shrine. Has a lot of sustain there, but look at this. Diablo pushing Stitches back, but Stitches will get out of there.
He's trying. Nacho Jin was harassing Noblesse down the bottom. He's going to dive in with that Whirlwind. Has a little bit of sustain from the health gain. Kill comes in favor of TNL. This temple is theirs. Oh, the hook connects with Diablo, but hey, he's pretty tanky. Not tanky enough once that gravity lapse connects, though, and they're able to take him down and secure that temple. Not bad for TNL.
Lots of damage. Great coordination here by TNL. And to do all that while Sonya is sitting on that temple, just fantastic play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're going to put somebody solo on a temple, Sonya is probably one of your best bets.
Might be the best.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, you just spin to win, right? The Whirlwind
there
gives
you
you a little bit of health back, and you're just fine. C-moving, a.k.a. Crazy Moving, a.k.a. Kel'Thas. Moving into the mid lane now.
Coming right up here.
Yeah.
We did see that wisp in the bush. I don't think that actually got dealt with, so Lunara maybe getting a little bit of scouting on with that.
Yeah, man, that wisp is so strong, too. Any extra vision you can get in Heroes of the Storm is such a premium.
Yeah, it's definitely very important. Look at that. They had the stuns ready for Jocker there, but, well, he's Muradin, so he gets away.
Well, I think he was pretty ready to dwarf toss his way to freedom, too.
Yeah.
Again, it needs to be dwarf jump, guys. He's
seriously, I understand the joke of throwing a dwarf, but I mean, he's alone here. He's throwing himself.
We all like Lord of the Rings, all right? But he's jumping. He's not tossing. When I jump, I don't say I'm tossing myself. That does not make sense.
Yeah, I would be really worried if you were saying you were tossing yourself, though.
We don't want that.
Well, it looks like RAVE very strong down here. Both sides grabbing their siege camps, but RAVE having more members down at the bottom map will clean this up a bit quicker.
Well, the zoning with Phoenix from Kel'Thas certainly helps a little bit, so the siege minions aren't probably too much of a big concern. And TNL up 1 level already, and they're actually getting pretty close to 12 too. So that minion,
man,
hooked by Stitch. But yeah, we're seeing TNL start to get a little bit farther ahead now, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, their teamwork is just kind of coming up. When you've played with a set of guys this long, it definitely helps. And look, most of RAVE HOTS has been together for a very long time as well. So I think you see that reflected here, but TNL just has more experience.
It seems that way. It's just that one engagement by the bottom temple that really kind of set them ahead. Just great zoning, mostly by SC. It's really hard to get past that Stitch.
Yeah, and right now we actually have TNL kind of grouped more in the middle, whereas RAVE is all over the place, and they are not going to be able to come together quick enough to stop this if Fort falls.
Yeah, it seems like at this point, too, once you've gotten this lead, you only need to worry about one temple out of the two, right? Because you can just keep staying ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Diablo comes in, overpower onto SC, throwing the backlines. Nice ult coming in from Karazim, nearly takes him down, but it looks like Uther managed to save him just in time. I can't believe TNL turned that one around. Whoa.
That was crazy. That 7-sided strike, I thought for sure Stitches would die. Like, that is such a great move for him to take as his heroic against Stitches, who takes that globe talent. So, how did it... Oh, my God. Jaehyun with that Divine Shield, man.
And that seven-sided strike, that does % health damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
So
49%.
Oh, wow.
Well, it's 7% per hit.
Yeah.
So
that's a lot.
It is a lot, especially it's so good against something like Stitches that has so much health. But a great save there by Jaehyun. He's just such a solid support.
Jocker in a little bit of trouble. Dwarf tosses himself over the wall. And TNL still pursuing, though.
Yeah, well.
I can't believe Uther actually got that Divine Shield off.
I know, it was crazy. Like, he was at like 10 health or something, and he got that off. And then he hooks someone in and devours and just like gains health again. They killed Diablo off it too. It's just like, oh man.
And at the end of all of that, they're able to still send Noblesse down there to secure the bottom temple.
Yeah, and guys, this is actually a very important moment right here. We are past level 13 for TNL, which means Kel'Thas gets a huge boost to his power.
Yeah, he's able to take that fission bomb now. So those living bombs are going to be living the high life, so to speak. They do tons of damage.
Yeah, watch how quick he clears that. Bam. Okay, everything's dead almost.
Bombs everywhere. All right, well, they take the vision back. Oh, man.
Got to be careful here, though. Stitches is around. Sonya jumps in right now on Muradin.
Yeah, Noblesse from the side onto Jocker. Jocker at half health already. Muradin, he pops that avatar, but will it be enough to save him? I don't know. Hamlin comes in with the overpower, but it's only going to get Zagara closer to do the rest of the damage. And TNL winning this fight in a very complete manner. Noblesse a bit low, but he's not too worried about it. And Nacho Jin on that Vologist, it seems like he hasn't been able to do anything in this game.
He's having a very tough time of things. I mean,
oh, boss time.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is. I mean, you take down both their tanks. What are they really going to do? Well, it looks like they're going to come down anyways. Big stun going down on Karazim and a hook in.
Judgment right away. That helps him take down Karazim very, very easily. And now Nacho Jin on his own. Once they finish off NMX here, well, he's actually going to make it out. I didn't think. Once they caught him with that Devour Ma, I really thought they'd be able to finish him. But it was enough, you know. In RAVE's favor, they chased him off of the boss.
You know what? That was great, and the boss leashed, so they actually just have to skip it now. That was totally worth a Karazim death.
I would say so.
Well done by them, really.
Not bad.
Great job by RAVE HOTS.
Not bad at all. I mean, the thing is they're only about a level behind now. They're going to hit, well, they're still about a level behind. They should hit 14 very soon.
You know, it is a talent tier at 16, which helps out a little bit for TNL. So they're going to have to try to maybe get a pick or something coming up here. But
that's a good point.
TNL is very good at moving as a group. Right now they are, though, in just a group of 3.
Yeah. Looks like they're grouping up now.
This kind of comes back to what you were saying before, where if you get ahead, wouldn't you just kind of trade temples? Yeah, that's a great way to go about it. But it looks like they're going after boss again.
They really want this boss. It's going to be a 5v5. Got to be careful. The boss very low. They need to make sure it doesn't get stolen, too, by RAVE coming in. I think they just need to give this one up. Oh, they really want it, but how do you get on the point to secure it afterwards?
Yeah, it's really, really tough, actually. And look at this. This is great by RAVE. They're doing a great job of actually just zoning them out right now. And actually, here we go. This is the battle.
Who's going to get the boss? Big ult from Diablo coming in, and RAVE. Oh, they almost had it for the moment. The fight overlapping. Devouring Maw comes in, and that Devouring Maw may be enough, but no, the rest of RAVE pops out, but it's just not quite enough damage. Even that Avatar Muradin can't make a difference. The boss goes to TNL, and NMX on the run. Noblesse going to chase him down. One more Ancient Spear should do it. Uh-oh, that's a lot of damage, though. There we go. I was going to say, that was close. Meanwhile,
looks like Muradin trades himself for Kael'thas over there. By the way, that was like crazy from both sides. Both sides played that fantastically, but I do have to say, Sniper messed up there. He missed his Banelings. Right after his Maw, he threw his Banelings out. You're supposed to time that with the Maw. Of course he knows that. He always hits that, so I'm really surprised, but that actually caused deaths of some of his teammates.
Yeah. It was kind of hilarious to see Crippling Spores nearly kill Noblesse, too.
Yeah.
That Lunara does a ton of damage, but boss on the core right now, and even though they may not be able to end it right now, it's certainly getting closer now with a big 3-level lead, and I don't feel like you see a lot of comebacks from 3 levels down.
It's tough, man, especially when you're losing your keeps. Before the keeps go, it seems like anything's possible, but when you have that catapult pressure pushing down, you get out of position too often clearing it, and that's going to be what's hard for RAVE HOTS going forward from here.
Yeah, seems that way. Well, RAVE with kind of the final defense managed to hit 16, so at least they got that next tier of talents. That's big.
Very important indeed.
Yeah. Puts them on a semi-level playing field at least.
Well, looks like a bunch of the Merc camps just going to be taken right now, going to wash up against each other out on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Kind of everyone's waiting right now for the next temple phase. That's where TNL probably wants to take this.
Right.
I think they look at this and say, okay, RAVE is probably going to have to fight us on the temple, and that's fine.
Makes sense. Noblesse really fighting over that vision right now. Might be in a little bit of trouble. Sonya on the run. Crazy moving. Wow, that was a big Diablo ult. Can TNL turn this one around? Whoa, that's so much health gain. And that's going to be a kill already. Onto that Lunara. Nacho Chin getting chased across the map by Noblesse. Meanwhile, the rest of TNL closes this one out. Crossover having to go on the run, and
Shocker might just barely make it out. Nice dodge there.
Yep, avoids the hook. 4 members of RAVE still up right now, but Jaehyun pretty close with that Uther. Looks like Muradin may actually escape from here.
It was once again a really clutch Divine Shield by Jaehyun, by the way. That is how Sonya gained all that health through that whirlwind and just ravaged the entire party of RAVE HOTS.
Makes sense. The question is, when is the next temple going to be? It was 1 down on each side, and Sonya's going to come up quite a bit later. In fact, Lunara's back up already for RAVE. Temple's up in 20 seconds, so it looks like Sonya will come back just in time, but they might have to fight 4v5 or at least give up a couple hits.
Yeah. You know, with both the temples here, I think that right now TNL just has to be a little bit careful. They're almost level 20, and that is a huge tier for them right here. Getting those storm talents is so important.
Yeah. They'll try to grab as much XP as they can. Oh, trying to grab SC as well. SC a bit low. JN comes in. Doesn't need to use that ult quite yet. It's still on cooldown for another few seconds. Oh, what a hook on a crossover. And he's in a lot of trouble. That Kieran manages to dash back just in time. Jocker jumps in. His teammates in the maw, though. Sonya in the middle. That's a kill already. And Noblesse getting in the back lines, thrown back with the overpower, but SC trying to flank from the side as TNL chases down the rest of RAVE. Nacho Jin on the run. No health remaining, and Hamlin on that Diablo can't do anything. Nice hook again to finish off the ace for SC, and that's going to be game 1.
Wow, that was an intense battle right there. TNL just really showing their strength. I do have to commend RAVE.
Yeah.
I think they played really nicely, especially in the early game. They kept up with TNL. But, I mean, the teamwork of these guys is just fantastic.
That's really what it was. I mean, Hamlin comes back because of the souls, but not enough. No. 1v5 just doesn't work out, and there it is. The core goes down, and TNL takes game 1.